Hi everyone, the Indian Cricket League is set to resume very shortly, yet we haven't covered the final two teams. So we'll preview them today, which is presented by DafaNews. In DafaNews today, we will discuss a much loved side of Chennai, probably because of one man, Mahendra Singh Dhoni. Everybody loves him. And we'll also cover the final team, Hyderabad, who also unfortunately sit at the bottom of the table. Hyderabad has been a side that really struggled in this edition of the IPL over in India, winning only one of their 7 matches. Seemed like things weren't very friendly behind closed doors. We saw at the time David Warner, who was captain, questioning the selection committee. Then we saw Hyderabad strip him of the captaincy and then the next match being dropped. Captaincy has gone to Kane Williamson. You would imagine that that would stay the same. We've also seen as well Johnny Bairstow decide not to come back for the second leg of this edition of the IPL due to bio-bubble fatigue and obviously a big summer of cricket here in Australia. So what that does do, it might actually force Hyderabad to rethink their internationals. There was always them trying to figure out how do they get the balance right, given the fact that in the first part of the IPL, they had Warner, Bairstow, Williamson, and obviously Rashid Khan. But they are missing an Indian star, aren't they? The fact that they've got Bhuvaneshwar Kumar, who's an excellent bowler. They also lost the services of Natarajan through injury, which they do get back for this second leg. They are missing that Indian star batter or all-rounder, and that's where they got a little bit mixed up with their 4 internationals. So with Johnny Bairstow not coming back, it does open things up a little bit more for Hyderabad. You would assume Saha would take the gloves and potentially go up the top of the order and bat. And I will be interested to see what they do with that 4th international. But the main things that Hyderabad can do in the remainder of the matches is get a bit of consistency, some momentum. We've got to remember that the next edition of the IPL is only 6 months away. So can they actually form a good core group of players that they could potentially retain next IPL auction and then go into the following IPL with a little bit of momentum behind them? Some of the players that I think need to step up and take opportunities are the Indian domestic players. Vijay Shankar has got a great chance to kind of cement his position and put his hand up for higher honours. You would expect that Sandeep Sharma may play a bit more of a role. Obviously, Jason Holder, what will they do with him? Will he play a role coming in? So there's a big talk about Abdul Samad, which we saw kind of glimpses of what he can do with the bat in the latter overs. So will he be given more opportunities for this second leg? We'll have to wait and see. But it looks like Hyderabad won't be a side that will be able to make it into the finals, but you never know. The final team that will be taking part in this edition of the IPL is Chennai. And they're a well-led side. And you can tell that by the fact that Mahendra Singh Dhoni and Stephen Fleming tend to be very loyal to the playing group. The fact that they only use 14 players in the first part of this edition shows that they back their playing 11 to perform even when things haven't necessarily gone right. To be honest, things are going pretty right at the moment because they are sitting second on the table. However, the last time that they played the IPL in the UAE, they actually came 7th. So no doubt this experienced group of players and team management would have learnt a lot of things from that experience to ensure that when they hit the ground running, that they can keep winning games and ensure that they get into the finals. Other areas that they are a little bit different is the emergence of Gaikwad. We saw that at the back end of the previous year of the IPL where he found some form in the UAE. Suresh Raina is back as well within the playing 11, and also Moeen Ali. his all-round ability just gives them a little bit more. And then you've got to think of players like a Faf du Plessis, DJ Bravo. I mean, so much experience within that playing group that no doubt they'll find a way to ensure that they right the wrongs of the last time they were in the UAE. They also have Josh Hazlewood. He has made himself available. Cricket Australia has allowed him to take part in the IPL because I think it potentially could serve him well for the T20 World Cup, which will be played after the IPL. So a few options as well up their sleeve for the tall Australian quick to potentially come back into the playing 11. But you can guarantee that Chennai will be there in the finals time, and no doubt their experience will certainly play an important role to them making it and potentially going all the way. Download the DafaNews app, which brings you the most highlighted sports news in the world. Remember to stay ahead of the game and be across all of the analysis, matchups, reviews, previews of the Indian Cricket League. Make sure you follow me on Twitter and Instagram. Presented by DafaNews.